Alrighty. Where were we up to? So we were... Alright, let's go... Oh, we need to go get fuel. That's desperately what we need right now. Let's take the front train. Desperately in need of some fuel. We really do need to continue with all of our little track works, so it's less yikes, more nice, but you know, we'll get there, At the moment, we're looking to get this copper factory just done. Now we do have a little bit of a throughput issue that I need to sit down and work out. Let's just take like 300 with us, you reckon? Yeah, I'll take 300. The way it's also designed is once we sort out this the copper factory, we'll basically then we'll need to go and make some heavy frames just so we can at least try and complete phase 3 at some point this century. But we'll need to relay out some of our oil factories. Well, one now that we have Mark 2 belts, sorry. We can actually fit a fair bit of stuff through, but also I want to change some of the logic, sort of. Alright, so we also need to sort out the rest of up here. I think that's indicating we're out of encased industrial beams. So let's just go and check we have some. If not, we'll take the train and we'll go grab some more. And then we need to work on the facade for that area too. And then at some point we'll need to go back and do some of the power factory a bit more too. Because what I essentially want to do is 100's not really enough. What shirt are you referring to? You really had me startled for a second because I did turn off the camera. I was like, you can't see that. Alright, actually let's go back and get some more, because we are running low on resources. This is another area where we need to spend a couple of hours just relaying the truck work between the couple of areas, just so it's a bit cleaner. And so that we can actually automate some of this extraction. As soon as we, realistically, when we go and do the heavy modular frames, we're actually going to need send stuff back and forth up here, so it might be that we have a couple of shunting yards, or I have a train that just does the connections. I don't know. Yeah, so the hope is that we can finish the copper base and at least try and do some of the exterior. Maybe. We'll need to get the computer base up and running again, actually. So we'll sort that out as well. And essentially just do a, basically just some knock-on effects. So, right, the computers are now sorted. Right, we need to fix plastic as well. We really need to go get those hard drives, actually. Get the plastic sorted. Just work our way back. I reckon for this will be risky. I reckon we should have gone the other way, because this will take us right in line with our this is going to be risky. Oh, it's right there. Oh. That's very fortunate for us. But the next little run it has is much shorter than where we're going. So we're gonna have to get crack-a-lackin'. Plus I need to redo up here, and there's a lot of work to do. Oh, there's even a copper node there. Let's not worry about that. Right. We got through just in the nick of time, but oh crap. I was pretty sure I actually had that. Was that not reversed? Yeah, hang on. Oh. The right track goes... That's stupid. That's not my fault. I blame whoever built the track. That right is left and left is right. What a silly... Yeah, so if I go... because it's coming up under it. Right, I see the problem. Alright, is that long enough to send it back? Yes, it is. Alright. Just turn on this train, let it continue its life. Jump out, and we'll refill our little truck. Alright. Well, actually, let's just sort out our train first. Alright, so that one's pretty much full. This is all the random bits and bobs, so that's fine. What's this? That's fine. What? Do we seriously... I was sure I went through this entire freight car. Apparently not. Right, let's just send everything back. That's fine. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, we're gonna need some more of that too, won't we? Yeah. Let's check we don't have another truck of it somewhere. No? Alright, well, apparently we came back for no reason. That's right, we'll just go and grab some encased industrial beams while we're here, and then we'll get back to the fun part. Oh, one more. That one. Let's just take a whole lot. Ooh, truck out of the way. Alright, now we know the train is somewhat to the left, so we're probably best just going back this way. I reckon. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do, actually. Alright. Oh, where's the trainless power? Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay. So we'll finish the copper, sort out the computers, and work backwards. What I think will... I need to think about the fuels, the way that the oil works a bit more, because currently the way it works is when the oil's barreled, essentially, it's barreled straight away and sent to the fuel conversion? I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Sent to the fuel area where it's made into, well, you know, fuel. And then it's sent to power. Now, what that hat means is there's a lot of little stops it has to go through. So I wonder, am I better off having it go to like a central crude oil area first, and then it can take what it needs? The only disadvantage of that yeah, I don't know. I'll have to have a think. It means we'd have plenty of extra crude oil when we, you know, if we have extra being produced, which means with plenty of fuel. But the problem it would create is if we were ever running low, unless the fuel was the first stop and then it continued on. Yeah, that could actually work. Or alternatively, plastic and rubber fuel, crude oil for plastic and rubber is sent to one location, and then the fuels managed separately. I don't know. I'll have to think about it a bit more. I do also need to start getting some of those MAM researches done as well, so I can get like the turbo fuel and all that stuff. Okay, so let's just set up the blueprint for test assembly. No, what is this one called? It is constructor buildings mark 4. Let's just take all the stuff we need for this one. Couple more of those. Some of that. Already got plenty of that. We need some of that. Send some of that back. Send that back. Sort. We need cable. Okay, take some cable. Send that back. We need some of that. And we just need some rods. Maybe it was rods. Oh no, here are the rods. Alright. Let's go see why... Let's go see why these sheets aren't being rolled. Okay, that indicates to me there's no power. Or these haven't been assigned a task. I'm gonna say it's probably the no power. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go have a look at what's going on down here. Alright. For whatever reason, that doesn't want to connect. Fine by me. And then we go splitter. I'll just get rid of that bad boy for now. Splitter. And we'll get rid of that. Let's just get rid of crap we don't need, just to start with. Bill doesn't want to. That is so weird. What on earth am I doing wrong for this not to work? Alright, that's chugging along. Now let's look at this side. It's something about that is so weird. It's something about how that joins. I've actually never seen that before. This is so weird. I reckon these are still a little bit buggy, but that's fine. There we go. Much better. Alright, let's go have a look at the next one, because they're going to be having the same problem. Alright, pull all of that out. And what we want to do is we want to start that way. And then we want to finish like that. Actually, the exits never had the problem, I don't think. It was the entries. Yeah, these ones. Alright, so put that like that. Easy peasy. And then, oh, wrong way around. Let's try again. Oh. Okay, well, for starters, these ones aren't actually connected, so this isn't going to make a huge difference right now. What we want here is we want a splitter. And do just like that. Alright, so we come across back here. One carry through. Get rid of my perfectly made splitter. Now, are you gonna auto split there for me? No, you're not. Okay. Alright, now, why is that top one? Why is the top one not connected? These are the, this is the $1,000,000 question. Okay. What are we? We are the right hand side one here. This one. So we are dropper number 4. What is our issue? Why are you not... Yeah, you're not getting any because you're not getting any coal. Okay, so we've got a coal problem with this one. I reckon next one over. That's the import. The coal. Ah, that will do it. Geez, none of these are connected. And yes, it is. Alright, so that should now start sending copper. Yes, it sure is. Now, why are these? Okay, so what we're basically going to go and do once we have this working is we're going to go and check each of the outputs to make sure, excuse me, what it's physically outputting is matching what we're taking in. What's the issue here? 100 sheets. That's fine. Alright, let's build... excuse me. Let's build a couple of storage containers just down here for now. Just to keep these bad boys. Alright, so you are going to go one more so it's at least kind of facing the right direction. That was probably a bigger drop than I was actually expecting. Let's just go that one to there. And then we want to go output. We'll just go to there just to keep the cost of the materials down, then that to there. So what that should let us do, at least for this side, is pull all of this stuff in. So if I grab a merger, can I? No, I cannot. Alright, let's just bring out a platform temporarily. Chuck a merger on that. So the output there. That's the input. Oh no. That's a merger. And then the output from that one. Yep, both equal that. Go down like that for a second. And basically this should just start traveling straight through. Perfection. Alright, so as we have two of these going, why don't we for now just do one of these. Just temporarily. Nice. Alright, what we're going to do is going to seem really odd, but we're just going to actually go and just empty the entire excuse me, empty all of the cables and then just let it fill itself back up. And then I just want to see what our usage is of our coal ingots. We're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are using all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we are. Cool. Alright, and each one of these should be making 30 times 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. 16 times 30. 480. I'm pretty sure these are 480. Yes, they are. Alright, so let's go and just edit our notes just so we can make sure we've got this all done correctly. So row, all rows, make 480 copper. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Right, so row 8 is going here. So row 8 is basically just going straight through here. And we are making 15 times 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifteen ingots, so 30, so 60 ingots per row. Yeah. 60 ingots per row. Got 4 rows, so that's 4 is 240. Double check that. 15, 30, 45, 60, 60, 120, 180, 240. 60, 120, 280, 240, 480. So, what we could actually do is this. Okay. So that takes us to 480, and that's what we can take. Brilliant. Now, in terms of output, I think that's where we're kind of in a little bit of an issue at the moment. So we have 2, 4, so we got 4 level, 4, 8, 12, 16. So 16, excuse me, 16 times 30, 16 times 30, 480. But in theory, that should actually be correct. 30, 60, 90, 120. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can do the same with probably this one. So we're going to go into a splitter. And we'll just use one of those instead. Alright. I come over here. So we're at 20. That's right, each of these were made to be 480 internally, weren't they? So we got 20, 40, 60, 80, 160. We got 80 times 3 times 2. 480. Okay. The same thing here. Now I'm cutting these off in odd spots for the moment, just to make it a little easier for us. So what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to put in a splitter, like there. And we're going to just go in a square. Alright, for now, let's just do it like this. So we are doing splitter. Yeah, for now we'll just do it like that. This is literally incredibly temporary until we actually figure out what we need everything to be. Okay, so we take that one away, take that one away. That's not spaced correctly. Let's just a splitter like that. Yes. We'll just do that one. Ugh. Alright, so that implies, so we're only using one of each row, so we're actually only using 4. Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stationary. And none of these should be complaining of lack of resources, so that's fine. Alright. So we're taking 60 per minute here, so what are we here? We're 4 high or 3 high? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is where the problem is. Okay, so we're 60 times 4 times 4. Yeah. This is where the... not really the problem's occurring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we aren't actually short on them. We're still full the other way around. 30 per minute. What if we just made this a little bit less janky? And what if we just went like that, like that, like that. So that should basically be clearing everything. I have a feeling we are a little behind, because we shouldn't actually be able to service all of this. which is fine. When we start to run out, so we know we're making 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know we're making 900. Excuse me. Actually, so we know we're making the same amount. So we're making 30 times 4 times 4. So we're making 480 per run. So essentially, what is the hold up down here? Oh, that's not connected properly. It's one of these other bug things that are occurring. There we go. And now we should start struggling. How many are we actually taking per row? It's like 60 times 4, 120, 246, and it actually only support to here, apparently. So these will get short on resources any minute now, so that's fine. These are the wrong way around. Alright, so that imports from that. And that imports to that. You know what? Just for ease sake, why don't we just take it from there and just go straight into that one. Just to make it a little bit easier. Nice. $60, $120, $340, $480. So we should essentially it might take a little while for some of these end ones to loosen up, so let's actually just give them a speeding hand. And actually, the best way to do that is probably just to delete the early ones. And look, yeah, I know we could probably keep the resources, but yeah, these are all connected properly. Like, there'd be a question as to whether it's going as fast as it can. Let's just clear out. Actually, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's just clear out these. Same with this side. Let's just clear out. No. Yep, cool, thank you. Let's just clear out these, just so we can make sure it's all running smoothly. No, okay, so we are pretty much running at capacity on this side. And again, let's just delete all of those, just to make life a little easier. $30, $60, $90, $120, $240, $360, $480. And at no point do they overlap. Cool. $30, $60, $90, $120. Ah, they do actually. That merges with that one. Okay, so this actually changes a couple of things. Let's... yeah, actually this changes a few things. For now, it's not what I want to do super long term. But why don't we... what we really actually want is we want those ones fall into that. That's ideally what we want, I think. TBC. Then, what we want here is again super temporary. Then we go here. I mean, whether, to be honest, whether it stays or not, really doesn't. It matters if it's going to be ugly like that, actually. And then the same thing happens here. Up. Not high enough, let's try again. Still not high enough, jeez, okay. So that should actually cause enough to go through. And what we kind of want is, let's just drag a lot of that now. Again, we'll fix a lot of this. We'll fix all of this with the external aesthetics that we put on. bring this around. Basically just like that. All we're basically wanting to do currently is just make sure it works. That's all I actually wish to do, and then we can kind of get underway. Alright, this should make things a little happier. Okay, so some of these are still borderline yellow. Let's just take the end ones out. It seems to be all connected. Alright, it's working through it. That's fine. Alright, let's have a look here. Yes, that's yellow because it's not getting enough. That's kind of fine though, because we're still... And some of the ways this made the connections did not work in the slightest. Alright, so why... Okay, so for some reason... Where is this slot coming from? Ah, it's another one of these. I really need to go through and actually fix up the... Really still doesn't like it. Wow, okay. Okay, there's just something about its connection it doesn't like. How peculiar. And we need to redo this one too. Cool. Now, by logic of what we saw before... Yep, this one. And does this one have the same problem? No, it does not. But... whoops. One of these should have that problem. So that's the outside. The outside should be one of these. Unless this is the one I fixed. Oh. Nice. Alright, let's jump over. We fixed that one, so that's kind of... Jump over there. So why is that one? So that one's just short, apparently. That's fine. Yeah, let's go and check on these. Oh, are we... Ah, it's this issue again. Alright, so if we go like that, and we want the merger like that, that should now, we're lovely jovelies. This has the same problem as all those others. Why is this one complaining? Backed up, apparently. Okay, so we're gonna have a whole host of them that aren't actually connected. Where's this one angry? Not connected down here by the looks of it. Oh, that was both. I actually can't remember. Some of these have had that many issues. Oh no, that's right. This is the one. This is the placement one. Let's actually just take all of those out for a second. And we want to come back like there. Yeah, cool. And then let's do that. Oh, actually, no, that was it. It was the merger that was the problem. The splitter, sorry. Okay, so all of these ones should be green. They come over here. Be yellow. Minus that's not connected. Which one are we on? We're on this one. Okay. Now let's just go and double check with our machines on this side. All green. Some of those were not issues that I was actually aware we had. Alright, that's that one. Let's just go and clear that, and then we'll sort out how we're going to do the computers. Clear those. Clear that too. So that's running smoothly, and we still have kind of 4 channels, I suppose, of stuff left. So that's working pretty well. What we need to do, though, is let's just go over and see what we need for each step, because we've basically got it all... We basically have it all mapped out anyway, right? So... Just go have a look. So this was making a sheet, so that's fine. We probably should have one area just making wire. And then that essentially just goes into the assembler, which just needs copper sheets and plastic. Cool. Now, our plastic's being made down there. And our stuff is over there. The center area is actually going to be pretty... It's actually going to be pretty empty. So let me just... I'm actually just empty my inventory. And we'll actually just clear out basically the middle area. So what we'll do is I'm actually still okay to have it over here. So why don't we kind of work backwards? Why don't we basically just disable that? Let's go get a inventory loads worth of plastic. And we'll just get that running to clear it, and then we will... We're actually probably better clearing this area, I think. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Is this a blueprint? Actually, it probably isn't a blueprint, because it wasn't, yeah. Oh, it's 2 halves of the blueprint. Alright, let's get rid of that. Basically, actually, can we? No, we don't want to delete the power. I think the power is connected to other things. And that should... Oh geez, that's already filled that inventory again. Holy crap. I mean, I suppose there are actually a fair amount of parts here, so kind of makes sense. I don't really want to get rid of the computer. This one we actually could get rid of, because that's just going over here. What we essentially probably want to do is have the train that brings over the chips. So what do we need? So we need, for a computer, we need circuit boards, cable, and plastic. Okay. Need plastic. So I could actually just have one train bring it all, and it just drops it off where it needs it. I don't actually know what that's powering. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to go get our Mark II printer, which is over there. And we actually just want to basically build something for the assemblers, more or less, right? Alright, so for our assemblers, we'll definitely want a kind of like a subfloor kind of vibe. Alright, we also, let's just put a ramp just so we can stand up and look at things. So depending on how we do it, we actually may only need... No, we need at least 2 levels. Yeah, I think we need at least 2. Let's see, we may be able to get away with less. So manufacturer. Even in Even in one of these, we're only really getting one. Yeah, well, we're actually still only getting one. Is it one all the way around? Or could we... If we took the... If we took them from outside... No, it's still... Still one, okay. Maybe we could actually get two. Because we're going to go for one deep. Yeah, we can get two. Sick. Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think we definitely need 2 levels. 2 levels deep though. That's for sure. Actually don't know. I'm not sure if there is a cleaner way to do that. Alright, so what we want is we essentially want all the ingredients. Let's... Ideally, we want to try and get all the ingredients in logistics... No, sorry, walls. I want to try and get all the ingredients in as tight as we can. So, I think the way we actually have to do it is actually like that. I don't know if there's a... I don't know if there's another way to do it, actually. Yeah. I don't think there is another way to. That's fine. So if we go 1, 2, 3, surely is there actually enough positions for... I don't think I can get 4 of these up though. 1, 2. I kinda don't want to have multiple blueprints. Although it is possible we would have more three imports than 4, I suppose. Is that... And to be fair, the 4th could actually just go over there. So that one's like that. And then we just have like a single one around here, just being all weird. Alright. I don't know though. Yeah. Or we could use the regular wall. Is that high enough though to... No, so we'd have to sort it out on the other side. We could do it like this. Oh, it's partly outside the blueprint. So we go all the way to the ground, most of the way down. Actually, we could probably just go like that. That's at the top, and then that one faces behind. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. 2, 3. There might be a better way of incorporating the other 4th inlet, intake, whatever the word is, but I'm not too sure. Now what happens is we just delete those, because we want that to go into an auto join. To be fair, this one actually could just join all the way on the ground. Splitter. Like that? Yeah, that's what we want. So we don't know if there's point blueprinting these. Oh, I suppose it makes it quicker. No, I don't really want to play PUBG though. What is that? Oh, it's the bottom of the... That's for some reason glitching. Alright, so we want to take that. Down there. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's what we want. Put down there. That. Now, I think we actually need to take the conveyor poles off. Oh, these will be way too short. Oh no. What we need to do though is put a stackable. In just so we can place the little nubbins. Okay. So I think this is one I would potentially create. I don't know. The blueprint designer for the manufacturers isn't the most friendly of things. Alright, so let's just look at some base... I'll just like base architecture for it. So we want to go like here. I suppose there is the... In theory, there is kind of the possibility of it connecting? I don't know. So what we'll want to do is... Apparently not that. You'll always have to connect those each time though. That's fine. It's not exactly much of a blueprint, but it's something. Okay, so let's go configure blueprint. We'll call this manufacturer Mark 1. No, that's going to be confusing. Manufacturer test. I don't know. Say blueprint. Blueprint. Take all the resources. Okay. So, what we're going to want is at the very least we're going to want... I could have it just go to the same train station. It's probably more efficient, and then I just divvy out the resources. So we will need 3 of them, so that's fine. And then... So there's 2 in each. That would give us 10. What is computer? No, what is it? It's the chip. No, computer? Yeah, computer. So that would require a lot of that. With that times I would require 150, 300 per minute. Alright, blueprints, manufacturer test, so that gives us 5. Oh, we have a lot of resources we need to go and pick up. Alright. Let's drop a couple of things off first. Actually, let's just drop everything off. Just so life's a tad easier. Alright, from here, we need 1400 of those, apparently. Why? Oh, because it's doing one of those. This makes a lot more sense. Okay. Let's just return. That's enough. Okay, so we need the concrete. We need some of those. We need that. Anything else here? Need some sheets, that's fine. Oh, and we need the... Oh, it's not enough quick wire. Okay. That. More concrete. All the concrete. Alright. What about in here? Alright, so we need some of these. We need frame. Maybe those frames were out of... That's why we had to go back. I think that may have actually been why we needed to go back initially, was for the frames. It's just because I hadn't done anything in a while. Okay. Oh no, there's some frames there. There's only... That's enough. Okay, steel beams. We have... Just take 2 of those. Iron plate. Motors. We just drop off a couple of those. We don't need all of them. Sheets. 2, 4, 7. Still don't need all of those. Oh. Okay. Wire and the plastic. And plastic. That's fine. We'll get it along the way. We need more plastic than what we can hold. So let's just... What I'll do is I will sacrifice the, I'll sacrifice the cables just because we have the cable manufacturing over there. Yeah, I probably could have just taken my train over, to be honest. $300, $400, $600. Oh, just short. What do we have too many of still? We don't need that. Alright, let's go build something. What we may actually end up doing is... Yeah, I need to figure out how we want to do that actually. Alright, let's kind of do this out of the way a little bit. How does over here look? Because we can essentially bypass a lot of it. Yeah, this actually doesn't look too bad. Because we can also just bring the train in underneath, right? Yeah, we can do that. I'm kind of liking the aesthetic of having frame foundations under things when they're in the desert. I'm not entirely sure why I like it, but I kind of do. What this also actually allows us to do is potentially pick up some of this concrete if we ever need it. That's lime, normal. Normal. Hopefully this isn't pure. Normal, yeah. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why, but I am liking this aesthetic, especially out here. So if we go into transport, that's what I needed the wire for. Yeah, it's fine, just over here. And we'll pick up some... We'll pick up some steel beams while we're on the way back. Because what it might be is eventually I end up building them somewhere else. But we'll just take it here for now. We'll still be... Oh, it's right there. That's fine. We can go grab some. Because I also got to think of somewhere where I can quite easily... put, like, access to... so I can get like in and out for supercomputers and stuff. There's a lot of resources in the middle. So I do wonder if I am better over here. Sulfur wants to be close to the oil, or the residual oil at the very least. Yeah. I want to kind of make this center bit very streamlined, so it's probably a good idea just to put it on the outside. Okay. So train station, we want... Question is, if I was a little bit higher... No, we're unlikely to need a train station out. But it doesn't hurt, I suppose, to at least have that capability built from the start. We go train station like over here. Does allow for another one next to it should we need it, which is unlikely. Okay, so that is out of plastic. That would be out of the sheets, and then that would be out of the cable. Yeah, I mean, look, it doesn't hurt to have the ability to extend it. I actually do think we need computers or something quite soon anyway, so... Okay. So now what we want to do... is actually, let's just mine this up, because we're going to need... We can kind of build the walls into the rock. Just can't do it with sulfur in the way. Yeah. Because what that lets us actually do is... Where is it one we can place? Like that. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, this is exactly what we want. Okay. So what we'll do though is let's have transport foundations. Yeah. Let's put some stairs. Is that the in or the out? That's the in, which we won't be using, so... Let's just put that here. So what that means... Where is the wall unit? Walls. Really? They're not even... Are they actually not aligned? Let's just... Wow, okay. Let's just put a foundation down here, though. Because the idea is that we shouldn't actually have to come back here. Actually, I think that's... Actually, no, I do... If we were to put it down, it is enough room. Let's put it down the correct level. That is the out, so we want one there, one there. We want one just inside the line. No, it's a bit further. One, two, three. Oh, that was actually only 3. Are we short on a wire? Seriously? The wire is so far away. 1, 2, 3. Seriously? Alright, we'll fix that later, because it's not overly important. What we'll do is we'll actually just sort that out first, because we will end up having... We need to go get the silica so we can actually put some of the windows... I don't know, some of the nice windows here is where you can go up the stairs, and then we'll have the elevator possibly up this end, with the other tube here too. Alright, so let's... we're going to run out of iron plates as well. Okay. Okay, so now... What we should be able to do is, because we want all the logistics to kind of go to one end. Right. So we want all the logistics to kind of go to one end. Probably the other way, I think. Yeah. That's what I think we want to do. So let's... So we wanted to have 5 of those. Really? Alright. I kind of do want to stop there. Yeah, I think that makes sense to stop like that. Because this gives us the way to deal with the extraction. Plus we can always just do that. We wanted to have 6. Cool. For one that's not connecting properly. Blueprints, manufacturer test. We'll blow that up eventually. Alright. That actually kind of works because the 2 sides actually allow me to cover the entire need of the other platform. One, 2... Is it just 2 more? Yeah, just 2 more. And then we need 1 more. Actually, no, we don't need another freight platform because only 3 come in. We do actually, because we need to get the outs done. Alright, let's go grab some more resources. Actually, do we have the resources to just connect the train? Yes, we do. Only have 40. Maybe we won't have enough. Actually, depends if this is even long enough, because the train is very long. What we'll want to do is probably just connect like here. When we get through, we'll just disconnect the train so we don't actually upset the blocking for it. Okay. Okay, well, also that's just to make the chips. Well, at least for now, it's just to make the chips. How many does 5 chips actually make? Computer. So 1. Ow. That's one we definitely want to look into alternative recipes for. We're definitely a lot easier next time we have to do massive area expansions because we can run the trains as we go. Oh, that is not the right way. That was not the right way. Hello Twitchy Gamer, how are you going? Ah, going backwards. Alright. Let's take our big long train over to our... where we're building. Not much waiting lunch? Yeah, fair enough. No, we're not going too bad, just trying to get my computer factory up and running since we started to demolish everything to get trains working, so... Oh dear, hang on. I was not paying attention. Yeah, no, just chilling really. It's 10:30 here at the present. Oh, can we get in before the... Come on, let us through. Oh, just... But yeah, just messing around at the moment with some Satisfactory and trying to build sufficiently, but not getting very far. But yeah, just vibing. I think we still need to go that way. Yeah, we do. It's a long-ass train. So this was my temporary power station that came somewhat permanent, but that will become less permanent once I finish what I'm doing. Oh, alright, hang on. We've got to wait for these guys to move on. Come on. There we go. Come on, change please. There we go. Alright. Let the train do its thing. And let's delete the track. Yes, I did just jinx myself. I will have a look at that. It seems to go further up. Alright. Let's just delete the back end of our track. So we don't upset the trains. Oh, blueprint mode. There we go. Alright. So let's just sort out what we need. We don't need any of that. Anything here? No. Oh, we are running out of motors. Cable? Do we not need any cable? Okay. Iron plate. No. Oh, sulfur. We can do some of our windows. Sulfur. Silica. Iron plate. Oh no, we do need some encased industrial beams. Concrete. Yeah, we'll need some concrete. I don't think that's enough plate. No, it's not good. Okay. Oh, what's the bet I don't actually have any... Oh, there is some plastic. But I won't have any cable, will I? Nope. Wire, sorry. Oh, unlucky. Alright, let's go get some wire. Cable. Okay, wire. Wire. Yes. Alright. Where are we looking? We want cable. Cable's over there. We'll just actually just max out our cable allowance, really. Wire, sorry. Wire. May as well have some wire too, actually. Yeah, hopefully that also drains some of the resources just kind of stuck there, because otherwise I'm gonna have to delete a lot. Because we want to figure out how much we need before we do the facade on the copper factory, because I may need to extend a couple more areas. Do we need to be right on it? Yeah, we do. Okay. Now, all we're really shipping out of here... Actually, we probably want two to ship out, because it will also be the chips, and we'll need the chips for other areas. Oh no. Ah. Try again. There we go. Alright, blueprints, manufacturer test. That's the other way? No, other way. This way, yeah. We want the arrow facing us. Oh no. Where's the arrow? Arrow facing that way. Never mind. Come on. Okay. So that's all of our in. All of our in. So that's... Why did it... Shouldn't they actually be more or less aligned? Because it should actually be... Unless this is going the wrong way. No? All ins. Okay. Interesting. I don't really know why it's doing weird things. Oh, hang on. There are different things. Okay. That is a splitter. So that will need that. That is a splitter. That will need that. That is the merger. That will not. Okay, so let's go out maybe one more. Now the third stack in this one doesn't actually matter. This is a 3. Do any of the computers actually need computer or resources? No, they don't. That will be an interesting Interesting one. So we can kind of just actually ignore that one too. Okay, so what we'll do, it'll come in like that. Just put the roof overhead so we know how high the top one needs to go at the very least. Wrong way round. That's better. I'm not really happy with that though. I guess an alternative is we could actually just kind of do it like this. Seven. Oh, not like that. That, and then one more. Like that. It's probably the neatest way to do it. Okay, so what we want is we want 1, 2, 3. And that goes up again. And that connects all the way through. Alright. So let's just jump up the far end. That's the merger. They don't need to continue. Merger. That doesn't need to continue. How far above? Oh, at this point we're directly below it. Can I fit a wall? Sort of. We actually still have a little bit of distance this way. To like finish it off nicely. What we'll do, let's run it, actually yeah, we'll just run it as a wall. And then get rid of that one. We'll just put a conveyor belt hole through. Just so we kind of have the flexibility to put it wherever we want. That's one thing I will fix with the revision of the manufacturer. Let's chuck that over like that. And essentially, more or less just want a merger to sit like there. And then maybe I'll do the computers over there. So it's not too far of a distance. Now this won't be a super interesting little area, so let's put a wall here though. Actually, we will need to put a... I haven't considered this as a use case for this actually. Let's go logistics. Oh, This is genius. So here we can just walk in. We'll walk in on that one. And then we want to go walls and center door. So what we might want to do is maybe want to put a glass foundation down to connect it. Yeah. Let's do that. And then maybe we put like a frame above us. And potentially use a frame wall. Actually, we'll go up like that. And then let's put some full frame windows. Can I put those little patches in glass walls? I can. Or am I potentially better to go up like that? So I can get the resources. Nah, we're over engineering this. I think that's possibly the best way to do it. And then potentially we put the splitter here. And then excellent. Now, I don't exactly know how we'll get the computers back over. Or do you reckon it'd be more fun to look down and see the resources? Actually, yeah, I think it would be. So let's do that. Actually, no, we can still do glass. We want to... We could actually probably just go straight down here. There's no point going through the wall for no reason. Okay. How far over do we go? Like that? We probably want this possibly end a little earlier. Yeah, maybe here's good. Essentially, we're taking 3 resources over, and we're bringing 1 back. So we're taking over... Are we taking 2 over? No, we're taking 3. We're taking the chips, the plastic, and the sheets. So the return... Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's just build just some stairs down for a second. Just so I can actually do the bit that I need to do. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go walls, conveyor 3 here. Is that actually enough room? No. Walls, conveyor 3 here. And then what we want... Ideally, we can actually just place this all the way up here and carry on our way. Yeah, I figured that actually might be too far. Let's do a little bit of a cheating way. For some reason, it's really refusing to line up completely. Okay, so this... Oh, we are out. Let's go grab some more. Not there. There's 700. We are nearly out of fuel as well. Okay. Can it do that and go straight into a splitter like that? No, okay. We'll need to bring that back a little bit further then. Why don't we bring, as a merge, why don't we bring the merge in further over? What is it? It is a conveyor floor hole. Just do that. Bring the merge like there. Oh, there we go. That's better. So get rid of... No, that's the one we want to keep. Merger. That. And then we'll go straight down there. Because here, we will actually have enough we'll actually have enough room to sort it out. Now, it has occurred to me, we aren't exactly in the right spots, are we? Do we have more little wire thing? Yeah, there we go. Stick things. Clear. All the way across like that. And then essentially we want to be like there. And then we want... How many resources are leaving here? Only 2. They're leaving this side. And 3 are going this way? Yeah. So essentially, what we'll do is we'll make life easy-ish. We'll go like that, and over, and then actually that should probably be the lowest. Before, reverse like that, and then we want to go up a little bit more. Want to go over. Just like that, basically. And the final one will go all the way up. Actually, no, not all that way. Final one, go like there. And then we'll get that to match like that. This is not the best way to have done this, but it's fine. Actually, we probably want to bring... Do they connect properly? No idea. And then the only other one... So we'll need to actually align these with what we need. So that would be the cables. So we only need 1 cable exit. And then we'll have this one as the plastic. No, we do need 4. What am I on about? I will need 4. Because we need... Yeah. Okay, let's just... Can't put a 4th one down just yet, that's fine. And then that one won't go that way. This one comes like that. Like that. And then whatever is down there goes there. So then this one will need to be plastic. And go there. Yeah, plenty of room, it's fine. Some of them I'm going to have to see if I will need how I'm actually going to take them out. Because if I've got 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12... Oh, hang on. Hang on. Am I stupid? Chip. I'm so confused. Oh, they're in an assembler. That's a problem. So they only need 2 anyway. Okay. Or is this just the computers? No, I've kind of already laid it out. So let's just get rid of the manufacturers. And we want assemblers, so we're gonna need other stuff. Okay. Good thing we have a lot of that. Okay. So let's drop off some plastic because we wouldn't have actually had plastic yet. And we want to pick up some of these. Like in theory, it shouldn't actually be too bad. It should really just be relaying the oh. Oh, that's very frustrating. Okay, that's fine. Oh no. So it's just the second lot will never fit. And the exit. Yeah, it's not the total end of the world. So to do circuit boards, I need 30 per minute. So 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we can support it with the amount of plastic. And if we can't, we have the infrastructure for this one to... Oh, hang on. we have the infrastructure for it to be able to just run another conveyor belt up anyway, so it's not really the end of the world. It would more be issues with getting that amount of resources to start with. So what we want, in theory, we actually may be able to keep the under bits as well. Because the idea is that like it's only slightly further along. It shouldn't actually matter a huge amount. It's in line with that. That's one forward. That one? That's in line with this bit. Right, okay. Nearly there. I actually think it should be fine. One that's slightly more annoying is the exit ones, because it's got to be completely yeah, like it's not actually the end of the world. Actually, could I actually just place a merger? This actually worked surprisingly well. The other sides that may not work, this worked quite well. Okay, so they go merger. Merger. Probably actually easier just doing. Okay. Merger. Do the other side. I should go and delete all the ones we need to start with. The fact that we're able to reuse the output's actually pretty good. That was not what I was expecting to happen in the slightest. Much better than whatever nonsense we did before. Oh, hang on, some of these aren't in the same. Oh no, it's just the extenders are a bit different. These. So merger basically there. That like that. Right, well, we also now have infinitely more machines up here, so this we'll have to look into how we do this actually. Just do like that. Connect. Connect and connect. Oh, why did it do it like that? I have cable on each side. Hang on. Yeah, I've got this one. This one can go over there. 2, 3. Now these other ones won't be as complicated because they won't actually have, oh, actually they should all be about the same. Two, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, at least I was not doing that. Alright, circuit board. Then paste them over here. And then we just got to go and reconnect underneath. Sort out how everything connects. Let's just jump under here. So the difference though is we don't need the third layer for one of them. Actually, let's math this out. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. Is any of those? No. Let's just check it though. 12 times 30, 360, so that's fine. What we'll do is we'll just bring the end ones down. Thankfully it's not too hard to add stuff in because we can just destroy the middle, not destroy, sorry, but we can just put a splitter in the middle. So thankfully it's actually not too bad. About that height, yeah? Yeah. About that height. About that height and about there. That height. About there. Cool. But essentially, the location of the splitters shouldn't actually... The location of the splitter shouldn't actually matter too much. Ah, so it's the ground ones don't always snap properly. That would be why the blueprint has an issue in some locations. These ground ones don't snap properly. Huh. I did not like that. We go. I mean, if they're in the same spot, it's not the end of the world, but that one didn't connect. I wonder why the bottom level one doesn't connect as well. It makes sense now why the also know what to look for when I'm adjusting the blueprint, so that works quite well. Okay, so we're getting rid of this layer. Okay. What I can do is actually just to make life a little easier, I just kind of generically snap them somewhere in the right-ish area. They are not even on the thing. That's connected, and it's just these final two. Some of these aren't connected. So now that disaster's diverted. What we essentially want to do is take out the end there, the end there, so we don't get confused. So what we want is we want a splitter basically like that. Why does not let me? Okay. Logistics. All right. Oh, that is very messy. That's fine. Essentially what we want is plastic needs to be the middle one. Wire needs to be the back one. That's fine. We can do that. Let's assume maybe half of our chips go to the computers. I don't know if that's a good assumption or not, really. Making 7.5 per minute. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. 12 times 7.5 is 90. So if we look up the computers... we could have 9. Why don't we make it 10? Why don't we bring... Yeah, we'll just do it all the merges. So we'll make it 10. So we need 5 of these buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What would 6 require? You actually want 5 because that's 10. Yes, that's 10 there. Let's just check. So, computer. So that would require 100 per minute. We got 12. We got 24. 4 times 7.5. 180. So it means we get 80 extra. Is 80 enough? Yeah, I think so. We can always add more. Like, we can literally just build a level on top of this. What do we need? We need some concrete. Need some sheet. Although, let's just kind of return everything. It's just kind of easier. Store. Take that back. Okay. So, do we have 105 motors? We have 10 motors. We need 600 cable. Take some excess. Got enough of that. Got enough of that. That's kind of all we need for now. Nothing from here. We'll take some of that. Another 10. Do we need any more quick wire? No. Six, 8, 10. Take some extras. Modular frames. Don't need anything from here. The iron rod, no. Motors, we got 50 in here. We really do need that extra 10. Plastic. But we don't have any more of the other things. That's fine, because what we'll do is we'll lay out the 10 we need, which should empty out most of our storage. Okay, so what we want is we want the blueprint. Is that the way we want it to go? It is easier to run back one. Yeah, so then we want to come down We want this to be actually... Yeah. So that's 2... Four. Oh. Stuck. Six. Rinse, manufacture. Right, let's start up this end so we can do it properly. Alright. Now we just need to place that back there. Alright, well, while we're going out, we may as well go and get some more gas bottles. Gas bottles? Fuel. The other one should be on its way. Yes, there it is. We do need to get some more. Sort out the fuel. because as soon as we turn a lot of these on, we're going to get more trains on the tracks. There's a lot of stuff in there I need to go and collect, actually. Because what we'll do is we'll actually set up a blueprint for some of this while we... when we go and do the upgrades to the level 2... to level 2 pipes. Okay, so that has cleared out the last of that, is good. What 6 of these require? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. We're going to run into issues with the plastic. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think for now, just the 5 is fine. All right. Computer, copy, paste. Okay, so what we want to come back out this way.